me that I do not have the ability to bring Death Clock back to the public, and therefore, I give you this.
Seeing someone get violated is pretty much one of the worst things to see in the world, and the violence happening to you is even worse. But there's also some violence in cartoons, so you can see what it would feel like for violence to actually happen to you. So this list, so for a few things before we get started, this list contains some blood, gore, messed up content, graphic content, and a little bit of theatrical content too. This list will contain some content that will shock you, and just to be warned, if you feel unnerved watching this, then get out of the video now. So here we go. Join me on this list today as the top 10 most violent cartoons. So without further ado, let's get this list started.
Is better than truth.
I can't hear it.
Number 10, Death Battle. Okay, technically Death Battle is actually pretty much a web show, not really a cartoon. But it does air on YouTube, and you can watch it on TV due to the new program, and it is still animated, so it pretty much counts. Death Battle is a show where lots of characters kill themselves in really gruesome ways and really gruesome battles to destroy one another. This show does feature one of the most bloody and gutty scenes we ever seen in a battle show. It's like Mortal Kombat, but for a whole show. There's not much to say here, so let's just move on.
Is better than truth.
I can't hear it.
Number 9, Family Guy. One of my favorite shows that I grew up with, Family Guy. Yes, I did grow up with an adult show. Having one of the funniest things to have on a show, also has some of the darkest. Violence is one of them. Family Guy takes the violence to the extreme level by showing characters getting bruised up, breaking their bones, beating the shit out of each other, etc. However, what makes this is pretty bad is that they also do this abuse to kids and animals, which is two things you don't want to mess with. But thinks this show is a show, so that's pretty much the reason why we have child and animal abuse. But the most disgusting thing I see in this show is that one scene where Stewie beats the living shit out of Brian just because Brian didn't give him money.
Really tired. Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah, you got money to pay for fake mustaches, huh? Yeah. How much you pay for that fake mustache?
$2.99. Listen, you just gotta give me more time.
Don't make a fool out of me, man. Don't make a fool out of me. I want my money. I want my money, man.
Stewie, listen, this is crazy. You got, oh my God. All right, let's go to the...
Is better than truth.
I can't hear it.
Number 8, Watership Down. Pretty much the most violent movie on the list is none other than The Watership Down, where there's blood and gore everywhere. Now, when I first saw this, I thought this was a kids movie, but it turns out this movie is for adults. Mainly due to this, there's a lot of animals mauling each other and beating each other to death. For example, there's one bunny who died, and a sample of ghost bunnies couldn't get out of the hole, and it was this movie was pretty much messed up. I've even got an award for being more violent than the creator's other film, Plague Dogs. So remember the dog scene? That was pretty much the most violent scene in the whole show. Movie.
Come back, you fools. Come back and fight. Dogs aren't dangerous.
Is better than truth.
I can't hear it.
Number 7, Tom and Jerry. Now, the reason why back then violent cartoons were actually for kids, which actually because as with modern days, which just, the old days just wasn't really good enough to make the cartoons right, but they were still fun. But nowadays these violent cartoons are mostly for just adults. But Tom and Jerry is pretty much still for kids. Now, Tom and Jerry is a show where Jerry is always causing trouble, and then Tom tries to stop him. So Tom tries stupid plans to try and trick Jerry into trapping her and I guess eat her. But Jerry was torture Tom in some of the most violent ways, like a shotgun to the head, a cut to the tail, and even a slam door to the head. Now this show has so many gruesome and violent stuff. And it's good they don't have blood, but they do have explosions that'll make you say, ooh. This also has some weapons and bombs, which isn't really good for a kid show. So Tom and Jerry are pretty much violate each other in the most violent ways possible. So that's why it's pretty much on the list. Tom and Jerry is violent, but hey, I still love it.
Is better than truth. I can't hear it.
Number 6, Axe Cop. This show is basically about a cop named Axe Cop who basically, wields an axe. Normally, a police officer would carry out a gun, but this cop is so brave to carry around of his very own axe to chop up people who break the law or do stupid things. Axe Cop also made a sequel to Superman, and it's made by this YouTube channel named Animation. I don't really know the rest of his name. But Axe Cop is a pretty brave cop who doesn't take back, and that's why he's on number 6 of being so violent, but he's awesome.
Bye-bye, red-headed woman.
Don't you mean dead-headed woman?
Is better than truth. I can't hear it.
Number 5, Aeon Flux. Aeon Flux is a really badass show with a badass woman named, Aeon Flux, who goes around missions to take down a lot of evil robots and a lot of evil people and villains to take down. But let's not forget, she pretty much also dies in every single episode. But she also has his own upcoming movie, and this one, never forget how badass she is. And let's not forget, she also has her own upcoming movie, also the same name. There's nothing else to say since I've never really seen this show, so we'll just have to move on.
Is better than truth. I can't hear it.
Number 4, South Park. I really don't like South Park due to the shock value. It could easily be number 1. If it was a most shocking show list. But moving on, South Park has a lot of violence, such as characters like Most Chef getting mauled and someone getting a star in his eye. But then also all the characters getting terrorized. But let's not forget, this is one character, Kenny, that pretty much dies in every single episode. This is pretty much being the darkest cartoon in history, with all the shocking values and the violence. South Park, and mostly Aaron Cartman being the most unlikable character in the show. Let's just say South Park is still loved by everyone, but again, it's pretty shocking.
Let's play, Blanket.
No, wait, I'm not Blanket.
He can fly, he can fly.
Stop!
Is better than truth. I can't hear it.
Number 3, Mr. Pickles. Almost the goriest show ever aired on Adult Swim. Mr. Pickles is a demonic dog who goes around killing innocent people, like people well, and bad people as well. Like at a strip club, he kills a stripper, and at an evil club, he kills a lot of evil people. And he's just doing it because the devil dog, he might have been possessed. As Mr. Pickles might have been canceled, but maybe it might have been brought back. But either way, still a shocking show.
It was Mr. Pickles in a doctor's mask. He started cutting people up with a chainsaw.
Is better than truth.
Number 2, Metal Eclipse. Pretty much the goriest Adult Swim show on the list. Metal Eclipse features a band named Death Clock, with going in the most insane band in the world, going around in the craziest way possible. They are so crazy with their fans. The fans will even go so far to hurt themselves just to feel the pain that by Death Clock. Metal Eclipse features a lot of gore and guts showing, and also features a lot of blood and has some characters like Pickles and other people like that. There's a lot of the beatings, but again, this is just a show, but it's still pretty gruesome. Now, before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions.
What?
Baker's boss.
God damn it, I can't hear it!
Is better than truth.
Number 1, Happy Tree Friends. Now, this show is a web show that was created in 1999 and features some cute, cuddly animals getting brutally mauled and decapitated and get their bones ripped off, and breaking their legs, getting their spinals ripped off, getting their faces burned, etc. Now, this show, it was pretty much an adult show disguised as a kid's show, but it's pretty much as mostly for adults. Mainly due to the fact that Common Sense Media gave this show an 18+ rating. Now, Happy Tree Friends, being even one of my favorite shows of all time, is pretty funny, but does get pretty bad when you look at the gross out. I mean, the violence is pretty messed up. I mean, it doesn't really all start like that, like some of the others, but with all this blood and gore and all the cute animals, Happy Tree Friends gets the place as the number 1 most violent cartoon of all time. Alright, well that's my list for the top 10 most violent cartoons. Hope you liked this video. Please give me a like and comment and subscribe. And make sure to check out my other videos, my Car Super Drive videos, and other top 10 lists. And please don't make my drama keep going. I mean, I just don't want the drama to keep going, okay? I'm sorry to say this, but I just don't want the drama to keep going. But I'm not gonna let this ruin this list. So, I hope you enjoyed the list, and then I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.